Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fallout 4 Mod Showcase, Episode 6. I am back. I was gone for a little while on vacation, and some other things kept me out of the game for a few days, but I am back, and I cannot wait to show off some of the great mods that have been coming out for Fallout 4 in the last few weeks. So without further ado, let's get to it. The first mod that I want to feature today has to do with junk, of course. Only the most important thing in Fallout 4, junk. And it has to do with one of my major gripes about looting junk in this game, and that is this. You go up to an object. As you can see, I have the magnifying glass next to that because I have tagged it, which is really great. I love that you have the tagging system and are able to tag items, or rather tag resources, and then see an icon that indicates, that, oh, this is something that I need. And in this case, obviously, you know it's aluminum. Yeah, okay, Kiri. Um, Obviously the resource is aluminum there, but occasionally you'll come across things. See if I can find something here. I've purposefully come to a location where I haven't um, looted before. Okay, these obviously would be glass, I would assume, metal bucket, probably steel. But even still, the point being that, unless, here's a good one, coffee pot. I mean, looks like metal, right? So I'm sure there's that. But is there anything else that's in a coffee pot? What kind of stuff is in a coffee pot? Well, it doesn't tell us on the UI. We can, I believe, pick it up and go into our inventory under junk and see coffee pot and see, here you go, plastic, steel, and asbestos. But I mean, that's kind of annoying. I would like to be able to, look at an like white plate. What do I get for white plate? There's in this game, there's so many, quick loot, capable features, but yet there's no way of knowing what's in junk. Like Nuka Cola bottle, is this just glass? We'll pick it up. Just glass. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe there was other stuff. But that is where this next mod is going to help us out. And that mod is Show Scrap Name by Kaisuke319. And with this mod installed, you will see right away, if I hover over the aluminum can, look at that. It says aluminum can, aluminum, which again would have been pretty obvious, but let's take a look at the battered clipboard right next to it. Battered clipboard, spring, wood. So now we know that we get a spring and wood from that. What about some of this other stuff? Let's take a look here. How about some light? Glass bowl, glass, cake pan, aluminum. Okay, nice. Coffee cup, ceramic. Drinking glass, glass. Let's go back in here. All this stuff, just glass. The one thing that I would like to see in either this mod in the future, or maybe even another mod, as the case may be, just so you can prioritize your inventory a little bit more. See, metal bucket is steel. Here's a good one. Pack of cigarettes. Plastic, cloth, and asbestos. Even I didn't know that you got all of that stuff from a pack of cigarettes. That's great. And I'm a smoker, so you'd think. I mean, asbestos, I guess I knew that. What do we got here? Cigar box, wood, fiberglass, and cloth. Very nice. But, in the future, something I'd like to see is not only what this mod adds just all of the stuff, basically, in the entirety of the game. It just changes the words when you hover over things to include what they contain as well. There's not actually any scripting going on, obviously. It's just, instead of this being called a bowl, it is now called bowl ceramic as far as the game is concerned. In the future, what I'd like to see is I'd like to see, maybe something that has a script or something that actually tells you which one of those components is the thing that you have tagged on tagged items. This would give you the ability to prioritize your inventory even more. Like, let's say on this cigar box, for instance, maybe cloth is the thing that I have tagged. And that way I can say to myself, oh, okay, cigar box, here's what it has in it, cloth. And I can think, have I already loaded down Kiri or Strong or whoever with a ton of cloth? Well, then maybe I don't need to pick this up because I don't need any of the other things, because we all know probably the most important thing in this game is junk prioritization. And this mod helps out with that a great deal. And that is why I decided to feature it. And that's why I think it's something that you should definitely check out, have a look at. Excellent mod. The next mod I want to feature is an actual honest to goodness armor mod, my first, which I'm pretty excited about. And that is Ellie's Utility Jumpsuits by Eleonora, who some of you may know as the mod author that brought us many an amazing house mod for Skyrim. And now she's here in Fallout 4 to give us these amazing jumpsuits. The texture on all of these jumpsuits are absolutely beautiful. I think they look really great indeed. They have almost like a denim look and feel to them, which I think looks pretty cool. The utility suits come in a bunch of different varieties. There's Brotherhood of Steel, Railroad, Institute, Minuteman, so all of your factions. And then there's several variations of camo. There's Jungle, Urban, Woods camo, and they all look really great and really unique, which is cool. There's also a mechanic jumpsuit, which is just a basic bare bones Vault 111 jumpsuit without any of the armoring pieces on it like the utility suits have. And that one can actually take advantage of the full armor layering system. However, be aware that it does suffer from some pretty massive clipping issues, but still pretty cool that you can armor it up. The utility jumpsuits, which have that little shoulder armor piece, a lot like the armored vault suit in the previous Fallout games, can actually make use of the armor layering system as well. It's just you can only use the leg armors that are in the game, but any leg armor that you pick up in the game can be layered over top of it, which is really awesome. The Vault Utility Suit can be modified in game just like the vanilla Vault suit, as well. So you can add all of your different lining modifications like insulated and resistant and whatnot to that suit as well to make it a bit more sturdier and a bit more protective. All of the other utility suits, the faction ones and the camo ones, can also utilize the ballistic weave crafting if you have that particular perk in your game on your character, which is pretty cool. I'm glad to see that Eleonora included that. Other than that, all of the utility suits come with a base armor rating of plus 10, so you're not completely naked out there. You do have some damage protection when you're using them. And I think at the end of the day, every single one of these jumpsuits looks really fantastic, really great work by Eleonora, and great alternative to the vanilla vault suit if you don't like that very much, or just a great extra armor to have in your game. Great work, like it a lot. And finally, this week, I took a look at yet another ENB. And in particular, this week, I wanted to play around with Subtle ENB by noidkid. I really, really liked this ENB quite a lot. Um, if for no other reason than the fact that the title of the ENB pretty much tells you exactly what it is. This ENB is very, very subtle indeed, especially in the depth of field department. It was almost not even noticeable that there was any extra added depth of field when I was using this ENB. But it is there, especially when characters cross your field of vision, or if you are in cover, then it becomes very obvious. But when you're just walking around normally, you hardly even notice it's there, which is really nice, especially if it's an ENB that you are going to just leave on and play with all the time. You don't want depth of field that's too intrusive. The colors with this ENB installed are much richer and much more saturated. It was really especially noticeable on clear blue skies. The blue of the sky just looked absolutely amazing with this ENB on. And the colors weren't overly saturated either. It basically just maintained that vanilla theme, but with, again, just a subtle enhancement. I really like the way it looks quite a bit, actually. The other thing that was really great with this ENB was a much, much better bloom, especially in the God rays. You can notice it. The God rays have pretty much the same level of detail, but as they track back to the sun itself is much brighter because of the enhanced bloom with this ENB on. All light sources in the game are much more vibrant with this ENB because of its enhanced bloom. And I really like that because I do like bright lights, high bloom, and lens flares and things like that. And this mod, again, gives a nice subtle juice, I don't know, to that. A little extra bloom. It looks really great. All in all, really excellent ENB. If you want to jazz up your game or juice up your game, I guess, a little bit, but not go over the top or overly cinematic or overly, overly. Really great work. I like it a lot. Well, everybody, that wraps it up for yet another episode of Fallout 4 Mods Showcase. Thank you all for joining me. I do hope that you enjoyed the episode. Please hit that like button down below if you did, and go ahead and subscribe to the channel too while you're down there, so that you never miss out on an episode of this series or any videos that I put out in the future. As always, I will remind you that if you do download and enjoy any of the mods featured in this episode, don't forget to give the mod author an endorsement over on their Nexus page as well. They appreciate that very much too. But with all of that being said, I'm going to get on out of here, and I will see you all in the next video.